Aaron, a career-high 24 points of a many things. What was working well for y'all tonight?
Yeah, I mean, thank you. I just think that we played really well as a team together. I think we got back to sharing the ball super well, playing great defense, and, I just got the shots that my teammates got me and, finished them. So really was all my teammates just giving me good passes and really setting me up well.
As impressive as the 24 points are and the efficiency, you drew 8 fouls. Talk about the mindset when it comes to that, when it comes to just taking contact or inducing contact like you were tonight.
Yeah, I think we knew they were going to come out aggressive, and so that was like a mindset going in is just be aggressive, and, that was part of the plan. So just being really mindful of that the whole game.
Talk about your chemistry with Peyton. I think, are y'all roommates?
Yes,
so
we are.
Do you feel like maybe that translates to the court a little bit, especially on nights like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, she's a great player. I love playing with her. She draws a lot of defense, so always be ready to get the passes from her, and I will do the same. So just being able to work together is so much fun.
A 20-point win like tonight. Your past 3 games have all been within single digits. Do you feel like y'all needed a bigger win like this? One that's kind of a definitive one like it was tonight?
Yes, definitely. I think obviously Utah Valley was one of our losses, so being able to come out and dominate and get that 20-point win was really fun and, a big confidence boost that we needed.
Awesome.
Tonight, just a lot of defense turning into offense. What kind of got that going in the first place, and then how good did that make y'all?
Yeah, I think we were ready to go from the jump, so we were ready to run. We knew that was something we could take advantage of. So just from the jump, having the mindset of going in transition and turning defense into offense was working really well.
And then you guys didn't allow a double-digit score. What does that say about your defense now halfway through conference play?
Yeah, I think that is what we live on is holding defenders and holding offensive players and making our defense just like the center of the game and using that to create offense. So.
And then Jasmine Stone didn't score a point but was plus 20 in the box. Just
Wow.
How big is that for the team?
Yeah, she's great. She's doing great. I mean, her on-ball defense is really great, and she's doing a great job setting the offense and, swinging and getting the ball to where it needs to go. So she's been doing a great job.
And then Coach talked about it on Tuesday. You guys get 3 games this week. It's like a player's dream. Just how much momentum do you have going into Saturday with a couple of big wins, but then also just so many games?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I love playing games. I'd rather be out there playing games than practice. But so, playing the top seed in the league is, we're really excited to be out there on Saturday. So coming in with a big, ready to dominate and like we did today. So, yeah.
Good. Awesome. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Okay, Peyton, 28 points is your most since last night. Talk about kind of your success these past couple games and what's been working so well for you.
I think really it's just my confidence from the three-point line. The last game, I've had conversations with Coach Goodenough, and staying in my shot is what's really working for me. So just having that in mind and going to the next game is that's what I want to do, is just stay in the shot and get the 3 off.
Same question we asked Aaron. Talk about your chemistry with her and I like tonight when both of you all seem to be really building off of each other really well.
Yeah, I think me and Aaron are just a really good guard duo. I think we live together, so we kind of know how we are and how we play. So, me driving to the basket, kicking out to her, I know she's gonna make a 3 or make a basket. And same thing for her.
Your past 3 games within single digits. Is it nice to have a win like this that's in double digits by halftime?
Oh, for sure. I think it gives us a lot more confidence that we can beat these teams by how many we did tonight, 20. But yeah.
Awesome.
Jasmine Stone plus 20 without a point. Just how good was she tonight?
Jazz she's a great player. She's a great distributor for our team, and I think she sees the ball really well. And like Aaron said, her defense, on-ball defense, is really good, and she's a great player. Yeah.
You guys beat them in points off turnovers, 26-9. How much energy did that give you guys?
Oh, a lot. I think I mean, that's what we're striving for every day, and even in practice, getting turnovers and just scoring off of those is, I mean, we count these, they're turkeys. It's a score, stop, score, or a stop, score, stop, and that's what we're striving for every day. We have certain goals for the turkeys, and yeah, I think we did really good at executing that tonight.
And then they went into that 1-3 zone, really trying to push the pressure early in the second quarter, I think. And they got you a couple times, and you guys immediately responded and really just took the momentum from there on. How big was that transition?
That was a great, I think, adjustment for us. I mean, we worked on it in practice, and I think we executed it really well, and yeah.
That's it for me.
I would just say I asked this to Aaron earlier. Obviously, I get to play CBU. Just talk about the opportunity to play them here.
Yeah, CBU is a really tough team. We talk about how they're really similar to us, and I think we just need to go out there strong like we did tonight and stop their offense, play great defense, and go out there and get that dub.
Awesome.
Dude, that's a good quote. Get that dub.
So for starters, just talk about tonight's win, and to have a definitive one like this one tonight, how big is that for the team's confidence, like the players said, and just overall feel and vibe around the locker room?
You know, a big point of emphasis for us was the second quarter. You know, our last 3 games, our second quarter has not been good, and just really proud of our starters for just really locking in, I think, in the second quarter. Our first quarter, we just traded baskets. You know, we hit shots, but we provided no resistance to them, and I think we started really taking defense seriously in the second quarter, and just proud of our response with that. You know, we had a hard-fought game on Tuesday night. Our opponent did not. And for our players to, you know, purge that scout, learn this new one. And UVU is a really good team, and they do a lot of really different things than other people in the league. And for our players to lock in on the scout was just really impressive. So really credit them with that, with a quick turnaround.
Pete has talked before how maybe her three-point shot isn't falling like she would like this season. To see her tonight and on Tuesday, how good does that feel for her on her end to see it finally pay off and to be 5-7 on a night like tonight?
And, you know, my message to Aaron and Peyton, I think they're 2 of the best three-point shooters in the conference, and they need to try to shoot about 10 threes a night. And if they don't, it's because they're able to drive and get layups. And we work on three-pointers way too much for us not to take them just because we've had a poor shooting night or two. And so they know that they'll get pulled out if they turn down open shots. And so just proud of them for continuing to shoot. You know, it kind of gets in your head a little bit when you have some games where you're not making your threes. But, I mean, we recruit you to come shoot threes here. We're not going to stop shooting them.
Like we mentioned, Jasmine plus 20 in 17 minutes with no points. Emma Troxel plus 21 with only 4 points. How do, in a game like tonight where it's dominated by 2 players, can the other players contribute in that sort of way, even when they're not filling up the stat sheet?
Well, I'll address Emma Troxel. I thought she made some great decisions tonight. You know, I think she may have led us an assist. I mean, she just really read the defense well and got the ball where it needed to go. And, you know, she's playing against bigger players every night, and we're asking her to hold her ground and, you know, not give up direct post feeds and all that. And she's got a tough challenge, but I just thought she played really smart tonight, made some really good decisions. When Jazz went in the game, against her 1-3-1, it was over. I mean, she made some really good decisions. She and Bree at the top of our press break there, I thought they made some great decisions. And, you know, we were able to get layups against the 1-3-1. And really credit, you know, Jazz for going in. You know, Coach Denson was like, hey, why don't we get both point guards in? Let's see if, you know, how they do this. And, man, they just responded really well.
We talked about the confidence on the team level, but a game like this where you're able to play every player, how does that give them confidence maybe on the individual basis to get to see action in a WAC contest like this?
Hey, we've got 12 players playing right now, and if you asked all of them, they would all tell you, I'm not happy with my playing time. You know, everybody wants to play like 40 minutes, right? And so really credit those players who, you know, they're playing, you know, 5 to 12 minutes a game, and when they go in, they are giving us their very best effort for however many minutes they get. And I was just proud of, you know, our whole team. You know, they went in confident. They played hard when they had opportunities to be out there. And so this was another really good team win for us.
Do you just feel like this was your your best game of the season?
It's the best game in the last 4, for sure. This game, I felt like the flow of it was like when we played Southern Utah at home. We were able to really get in sync on both ends of the floor. So of our last 4 games, I think this was the best one for sure.
And you guys didn't allow a double-digit score, but you only allowed Marcella to hit 1 3, and really it was her first one. Just how good was the perimeter defense?
I mean, she is the best three-point shooter statistically in our conference, and we let her go off on us at their place. And we preached that in that prep, and we just did not understand what a great shooter she is. And, I mean, she lit us up last year and then at their place. And so, that was a big point of emphasis for us. I mean, you got to be there on the catch. And she took plenty of threes tonight. We were not always there, but statistically, she's the best that you'll see in the WAC. And, that's was important for us to, be there and try to provide some resistance.
And then Riley Groman, 101 for 3 points, really had an impact on the game. What did you see from her?
Yeah, Riley, she's having a really good week for us. Just coming in, not trying to force anything, but doing a really good job, I think, making reads offensively. And, Tuesday and tonight, I think it's some of the best on-ball defense we've seen of Riley Groman.
And then just, how much momentum do you feel like winning 2 games this week going into Saturday's game does this team carry?
It's huge. And I just told the team, in the course of a season, how many times do you get to win 3 games in a week? That doesn't come very naturally in the course of the season. So this is kind of a special week for us. A lot of the parents, and our parents are great. They were here Tuesday, they went home, and they're back on Thursday. And they're all driving, 3-4 hours to get here. But, some of the parents are like, hey, this is kind of like a tournament, this quick turnaround. And so, we're making the most of this week. We didn't really have a choice. With the ice storm and everything, we had to get that Tarleton game in. And so, I think as a coaching staff, we have to be really smart and efficient with our time tomorrow to get ready to play the number 1 team in the WAC.
And Emma's stat line is probably one of the craziest I've ever seen. 5 rebounds, 4 fouls drawn, 4 points, 4 assists, 1 turnover, and 4 steals.
Yeah.
What can you say about her just selflessness of doing everything?
Yeah, I just think she played really smart tonight. She played really hard. We're trying to get her to go harder on defense and force turnovers, and I think that was a real point of emphasis in her mind today is like getting steals, creating some kind of resistance on the defensive side. And yeah, I just thought she played really smart tonight.
I would just say, obviously it's no secret that you guys are playing really good at home. So just tell me about why you guys are playing so good and just how it is being at Moody.
You sleep in your own bed, you go to class, you just kind of go through your normal routine. I think that consistency helps us. Plus the fact that, if we're playing at home this week, we're practicing at home every day in Moody. And that's a big deal. When we go to other places, sometimes we have a 1-hour walkthrough and then we play a ball game, and so you've got to take advantage of being at home. This is where we feel most comfortable, and this is where we do all of our shooting drills. And I cannot credit our players, friends, and families enough. They are here every night. They were probably more torn up about us moving the Tarleton game than anybody because they're like, we want to come to a game. But we've got great fans. Our players are so fortunate to have the supportive parents that they do. We have so many parents and just close friends of our players that come to every single game, and they give us a lot of energy. And we appreciate, just the support that we have in Moody. And Saturday is a big game for us, playing Cal Baptist. It's our breast cancer awareness game. It's our diaper dash, and it's also our alumni weekend. And so, we're going to have a lot of visitors at our game that don't maybe normally come to the game. They, maybe not are able to come as much as they want. But, man, we're expecting a big crowd and looking forward to that as we, host Cal Baptist.
And then do y'all have any verdict on the pink on Saturday, the uniforms?
What do you mean?
Are you going to wear the pink uniform?
Oh, heck yes.
One more for me. Erin Woodson had a good night on Tuesday. Wasn't necessarily fantastic. How'd you see her bounce back with literally a career night?
Yeah, Erin is really coachable. She is pretty hard on herself. She wants to please us. She wants to do exactly what we're asking her to do. Really coachable kid, and she was not happy with how she played on Tuesday, and so really great to see her respond the way that she did today. I was really proud of her.
One last one for me. This is tied for your season low in field goal attempts allowed. It's one thing to keep them from making shots, but to keep them from taking those shots altogether. Talk about y'all's press and just the pressure and having y'all calls before the opponent even crosses midcourt.
You know, the first 10 minutes of the game, we were not intense. We just kind of followed them around on the offensive end, and you know, something kind of clicked in the second quarter, and we decided to get down and defend. And you know, I think on a night where you know all 5 players decide I'm going to play as a unit, you know, you get all 5 players doing what they're supposed to on defense. You know, we're a pretty good defensive team. You get one player that's not exactly where she needs to be, like teams are going to score on us. That's how good these teams are in the WAC. And so I thought, you know, our starting lineup, gosh, the second quarter, they were just really playing well together defensively.
Awesome. Thank you so much.